We're going to talk about exercise 18. Before I start, I'd like to clarify a couple of terms that often get confused. Guitar players tend to call out these terms hammer-on and pull-off. Rock players, blues players, folk players, it's the action of the left hand producing another sound other than the one that you pluck with your right hand. So a hammer-on would often look like this. I play a note and my next finger hammers to get the sound of the new note. So a hammer-on is associated with an ascending pitch. We also have the pull-off, and it could be to an open string, but the action associated with a pull-off is a descending sound. The pitch goes from one to a lower pitch. So the term that gets confusing is the term slur. Usually in classical thinking, not only, but slurs can either be ascending or descending. So an ascending slur could also be called a hammer-on. A descending slur could also be called a pull-off, or a pull-out. So exercise 18 is going to address the basic action in the left hand that's going to contribute to a very controlled use of that technique. We're going to place our left hand in what we call first position. First finger is at the first fret, second finger, second fret, and so on. Third finger, third, fourth, fourth. But instead of placing the finger to produce that note, it's going to just touch the string and pluck the string. So my fourth finger plucked the string approximately over the fourth fret. Third finger over the third. Second finger, first finger. As I go to the second string, I'm going to differentiate two types of slurs. The first one we're going to do looks like this. I touch the second string. There's the plucking action of my finger, and it comes to rest on the neighboring string. In this case, my finger came to rest on the first string. It releases. I go to the third finger, pluck the string, come to rest, and release. Second finger, and release. And release. Third string. And then you would just continue to the remaining strings doing the same thing, fourth, fifth, and sixth strings. There's another way that we want to practice this action. And when I begin on the first string, it's not going to differentiate until I get to the second string. So when I begin the second string, I'm going to pluck the string in such a way that it does not touch the next string. It does not touch the first string. So the finger gets underneath the string just a little bit and completes the action, but it avoids touching the neighboring string. So on string 3, I would avoid touching the second string. And this would continue to all our strings. We're going to do it in such a way that each finger moves to the fourth fret or is placed above the fourth fret. So the fourth finger, I shift to my third finger. I shift so my second finger is there. My first finger. And now as I continue, I can do both versions. The kind that comes to rest. And I'm going to move to the third string, and I can also do the kind that avoids touching. And so on to all strings. Even those little variations could take a little while, but just mix it up and try both kinds, both first position and then the version of it that moves to the fourth fret.